Greetings one and all. Love Them Knives channel. LTK here. Kizer Megatherium. Yeah. And S35VN steel, and there's your model number. 4502A1. This is the A1. This is the A2, because this is the black model right here. So you can see maybe A2 right there. Different knives, but very fascinating design. Elijah Isham is the designer. I hear he's like a young guy, and they're just like, wow, I can't believe he's doing all this stuff. And he's design, the Browse Raven was a design that he did collaboratively with Browse, and I did a review on that knife. And then the Wee Knives is coming out with the Eschaton, I believe is how you pronounce that. And that is also an Isham design. So, wow, he's getting around. Not counting whatever collaboratives he's done with maybe other knife makers, etc. Those are just come off the top of my head. This is cool. I really like this Megatherium. It's titanium, and then you've got these carbon fiber inlays in the scale. I find it interesting that you have this pattern here, which can't really, you can kind of feel it a little bit. Pattern, it looks like almost like a wood grain pattern on this carbon fiber. But at the very, very top on both sides, it is gone. And it's like somebody just ran across the very top part of where it's contoured here. And you can kind of see the high point here and how it relates to right here. So it looks like they rubbed off this kind of design, and you can see the true carbon fiber underneath. It's a little odd. I would have thought they would have just kept that kind of grain look, if that's the pattern they were going for, all the way. But this high spot is almost looked like, I don't know why that's there, to tell you the truth. It changes this grain pattern on the carbon fiber. So, sorry, I'm not trying to hyper focus on that, but it just seemed a little odd to me in that regard, that this wood grain type thing wouldn't go completely over the hump. Strange. Oh well. In any case, titanium frame lock flipper, bolster lock flipper, frame lock flipper, whatever you want to call it. I call it a frame lock flipper. I mean, sometimes you get a carbon fiber on this side and it comes way up here. Then they call it a bolster lock. But the action on these knives is incredible. I really like the design. It's very unusual. It's very tall this way, so it takes up a lot of real estate in your pocket as far as front to back on the pocket, because it's not a slender knife. Slender, triple slender, slenderizing. So can you see that? I mean, I love beasts. And so, this thing is within the scale of this. And this thing, you cut across here, you continue that line from the scale here across here, and that's everything that you got on this compact fossil. And then you've got that much more above it, another maybe half an inch. So this being very compact, well, let's just do this. Just trying to make a point here. I'm sorry, maybe I'm going bass backwards about the whole thing, but you know, 310, like 1.27 inches. You go across here, almost 2. So almost, yeah, really another, half inch or more. 1.27 to 1.77, whatever would be a half inch. So it's even more than a half inch taller that way. It's interesting. I find it to be, at least. But it's, yeah, so it's a big tall. But well, first of all, the action on this knife is really great. I really like it. It's well centered, no blade play, no lock. You've got an insert, a hardened steel insert in this knife, in the lock bar. As you can see, over travel stop, which you can see as well, to interface with the S35VN blade. Big cutout here on the blade that I guess you can use to open the knife if you want. Another way of opening it and closing it. Not a problem. And I guess you could probably, maybe if you're good, be able to flip it open with the middle finger like that. Which, there you go. That's my one shot. It was successful. We're going to leave well enough alone now. You got the kind of pinwheel turbine pivot, which is very common with the Kizer knives. I find it to be acceptably decorative and not a problem. Other people feel like it's time to make a change. So, it's all right. I'm good with it. Yeah, like that. This would be kind of interesting if you did maybe a bronze or a blue or something. Some other color would be kind of fascinating too. You've got your standoffs here, 1, 2, and that's all, folks. Right hand, tip up carry only. What I like about this is this pocket clip is not too intrusive. Comes down here and you've got this line cutting across here, really. You've got these lines, crisscrossing each other in a way. You've got this contoured scales with the carbon fiber, and you've got a lot of different angles here. A lot of different angles. That's pretty cool. I mean, you got a lot going on with this knife. It's not just flat scales. This is contoured and all these different angles built into there. Makes it interesting, and this knife is kind of just an angular looking knife. It's strange and angular. But I mean, this is what Elijah Isham does. Very kind of futuristic, I guess. Maybe primitive, you could say. I mean, it's weird you could throw those two ideas out at the same time, but primitive, yeah, it looks maybe like a bird of prey, dinosaur type bird of prey thing in a way. On the other hand, it looks very Star Trek-y type thing. So, I mean, I guess it's got that kind of appeal in all those different ways. And of course, it wouldn't be Kizer if they didn't have the Made in China sticker on there. Stonewash blade, Megatherium. And then you've got Elijah Isham's moniker on here as well. This knife is really cool for one good reason as well. There you go. You can do your chopping right here. In many knives where you have, a flipper tab, well, there's your cutting edge here. But then that's it. So you got right to there. That's it. Where this one, all the way down, all the way down. So really, chopping, I mean food prep, I guess. If that's something you're going to do with your Megatherium, God bless America. Oh, maybe you want to see a little size comparison. There's the compact fossil. So this is like a 3.6 inch blade. We'll measure it here with big yellow Bertha here in a little bit. But yeah, bigger knife. Bigger knife, really strange. Here, check this out. Take a look at this other one. So, you know, you got a Manex. Maybe that's a little bit more down your road of blade comparison, size comparison. So it's not that much different size than the Manex, but it just looks so overwhelming because it's big. I mean, that's a big, tall blade. But is it that much longer? Yeah, a little bit. Not a ton. I mean, just a skosh. Wow. Any case, and this is a fairly kind of tall knife in its own regard here. This is even taller. You know what? This lock bar is really easy to disengage. The pass-through is not terribly elevated. I mean, the lock bar over the close scale here, presentation side to the lock bar side, it's not a lot of difference in elevation, but it's just easy to disengage. It really is, to find it and disengage. And then you got a flipper tab with no jimping on it. It's way, way forward here. This line kind of continues here, but then it cants forward here on the flipper tab. But you know what? This is real easy to get a hold of and actuate. And of course, this knife, yeah, you can gravity flip it. No lock stick, no problem there. Wow. So it's like a 7 probably on my detent scale. The detent's not, let me see if I can get it to fail. Yeah, the detent's not overwhelming, but I mean, wow, these bearings are good. I mean, the action, it just flips open so easily. It's dream. It's, you know, it's really a dream to flip. You can get addicted to this. Same issue with the black Megatherium I found. And this is a little bit different knife because you don't have this carbon fiber here. So I would think this would be heavier. Maybe just a tad. But other than that, it's the same knife. And, you know, it just depends on if you like the black wash and kind of the badass, more, you know, stealth look, then this. This is more dressy, more sophisticated look. Although how sophisticated this knife really is, depends on your sense of design, I guess. But, you know, yeah, it's really good action on it. Good action on it. So let's put the black one to the side. Let's see what we got. Big old yellow out here. And so, you know, what can you say about the blade length? Well, is it 4 inches? Is it 3.5, 3 5/8? It just depends on where you want to measure this to, as far as what part of the scale you get to. Here, you can call it 3 7/8 if you want. I don't care. 8 and about 5/8 overall, which is almost 22 centimeters. And then as far as millimeters, you're going to be at 96, 95 to, you know, it could be, I mean, it just depends. I mean, you could be under 95 millimeter blade to, if you want to call it, close to 100 millimeters. Just depends on where on the blade you want to measure. Yikes. Go down that road. Okay, so here, how fat is the handle? It's 1/2 inch, just a tad over. So about 14 millimeters, and blade stock. And can't see through the camera. 4 millimeters. There you go. 0.15, probably a 0.157, almost 0.16 there. 4 millimeter blade stock. So good thick blade stock. Feels good in the hand because it's not overly slender here, but it's about your standard for an EDC, for a carry knife, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, that action's really, it's addictive. And that flipper tab, you think maybe that's like, I'm trying to get out in front of this. This is not comfortable, but it is. It's really easy to actuate. Wow, really nice. And the detent, I mean, it falls back down. Click, nice detent. Really good. Let's get a weight on this dog. 5.5 ounces, which is 156 grams. Now, just for shits and giggles, let's pull this one out. Let's put the full 156 compared to, 181. Yeah, that is heavier, isn't it? 6.4 ounces. Okay. Yes, it is. It's significantly heavier, this one, than the carbon fiber version. So, yeah, you can feel that. I mean, yes, you can. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Other than that, they both have great action. They're both easy to disengage. But I thought that was interesting. I didn't know it was going to be that much heavier. Wow. That's an eye-opener. So this is lighter to carry. I do probably prefer a stonewash or non-blackened, non-coated blade most of the time. There are exceptions. Good looking knife. Really like the Megatherium. Comes in this box, which I got garbage all over. Jeez. And inside is the camo zipper pouch, which one viewer was saying this is the most humiliating part, is this is the camo pattern the military tried to use, and it became so, it was horribly ineffective and it was a complete embarrassment. So maybe this material was cheap to buy on the market. U.S. military doesn't want to have anything to do with it. Oh, hell, we're not trying to hide anything. In any case, I'm just giving you a hard time. But no, it's big, heavy zipper. I like the pouch myself, but I'm all good with it. And I really don't care. I mean, would this be kind of nice to be like navy blue with this tan? Yeah, I guess. I mean, things will change in the future. That's one thing you can always depend on, is that nothing will stay the same. So in any case, yeah, you get you get a pouch, okay? You get a pouch. And you get some hardware. You get the paperwork and a microfiber cloth with Kizer. You know, I gotta say, you saw my review on the ZT850 and you get nothing, not even a crush-proof box. You know, their box is like, yikes, I better send this in a box. The box in a box. I could send this in a padded envelope and know that it's not going to get crushed. And, and it's got an outer envelope box, which, no, this is like the ZT one. This could be crushed. You know, this is a lot thinner. And there's your model number and all that kind of thing. 3.6-inch blade. Well, yeah, that's the shortest part of it. But in any case, so it comes in that, and nice pouch and microfiber and little hardware. And hey, just, you know, that's refreshing. Very nice. Megatherium, I like it. I've carried this a few times. It's really, and actually, I've carried this more often than this one. It's really nice. It's kind of badass, but I really don't worry about this getting scratched up or marked up, but I guess it's titanium. But I mean, I don't know. Since it's coated and I don't know. It was one that I just threw in my pocket more often than this one. Oh well. But either way, it's really it's one of my favorite Kizers. Just the design is so outstanding. So in any case, I'm going to cut you loose. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Subscribe if you'd like. We're always doing something on this channel. I mean, this is kind of more our standard. Well, this is more our well-behaved fare. Our mainstream stuff. But we're taking a left and a right, and we do crazy stuff both ways. We kind of get off the track and go down the crazy roads. So that's always fun. Keep track on what's coming out from my channel. Thank you very much for your time. You know what we do on this channel? We love them knives. So stay sharp.